Top 10 small towns in Canada. Hidden gems Canadians didn't want to know about. Interesting topic. G'day guys, how's it going? My name is AussieTash. I've been watching a few videos about where I should live if I was to move to Canada in a few years. I'm looking at Ontario. That would be the province that I think that I'd like to live in terms of affordability and climate. You know, I couldn't handle the cold. Let's get into this video and find out about the top 10 small towns in Canada. Let's go.
There are a whole host of benefits of moving to Canada, both lifestyle-wise and just opportunity-wise. And you may be wondering where to move, whether you're just looking at Canada thinking, should I move to a big city? Should I move to a smaller town? Should I choose East Coast, West Coast, Ontario? Where should I go? This video is going to help you out, but specifically we're going to be looking at the small towns that can supercharge your lifestyle and make you enjoy every moment of your new life here in Canada. This is the top 15 small towns in Canada for 2021-22. Now, before we get started, let me show you my small town of Peterborough, Ontario. Well, technically Lakefield, Ontario. And if I can get my drone to work and go right up into the sky, you can see how beautiful it is, how much nature you get. And if I told you we got 4 acres of land for around $200,000, mind you, it was about 8 or 9 years ago.
Yeah, it would have been.
Up, and now this property has inflated very close, most likely, to $1 million in just 7 or 8 years. You'd be gobsmacked. You'd say, oh my God. You would say, I want to get started in rural Canada. Let's get into the list right now. So the places that found their way onto this list earn their respective spots by offering scenic views, unpretentious atmospheres, and exceptional attractions. The trifecta of the perfect small town, in my opinion. While there are plenty of reasons to visit big cities, traveling to small towns provides a special experience for travelers who really want to get to know a place.
It does,
there's
doesn't
usually no
it?
need for detailed itineraries and long-winded tour guide books, because in a small town, the best adventures are discovered just by wandering around on foot or taking the time to talk to locals. So here are some places you might want to consider. Number 1, Niagara-on-the-Lake, Ontario. With a lively food scene, quaint bed and breakfast, and spectacular golf courses, Niagara-on-the-Lake is a small town with a population of 17,511. Nestled on the southern shores of Lake Ontario, not far from Niagara Falls, this scenic town is a popular tourist destination in the summer months. The long days, warm weather, scenic countryside, and lively downtown make for the perfect getaway. And also, Niagara-on-the-Lake is a very popular day trip from Toronto, so you may want to give it a shot. Coffee.
Okay, Niagara-on-the-Lake. What a beautiful, quaint little town. It looks absolutely beautiful. Located in Ontario. Like I said at the start of the video, Ontario is the province I'm sort of looking into if I was to move to Canada. It looked very, very beautiful, this little town. A rural area. Oh my gosh, imagine owning that much acreage now, 2023. Wow. Prices, inflation, prices have gone up here. Like in Australia, we bought a brand new home a couple of years ago, got a huge mortgage. The price has gone up. In 2032, when the Olympics come our way, they're projecting that the prices will go up higher and higher and higher. Could be a good time to flip and move to Canada. Who knows?
Wow, super strong. Number 2, it's in one of my favorite places because I lived there for 6 years, Nova Scotia. This is Mahone Bay.
Oh, yeah.
Now, close your eyes and try to imagine the perfect maritime town. Chances are what you're picturing is pretty close to what Mahone Bay looks like. Think charming churches, delightful shops, and houses painted the colors of Easter eggs. Located in Nova Scotia's Lunenburg County, Mahone Bay's population is estimated at 1,036, but the number keeps on growing. Mahone Bay has the distinction of being the fastest growing municipality in the province, and historically Mahone Bay was a shipbuilding town. You'll see many nods to its heritage as you wander around. Okay, and number 3 on our list is Ucluelet, British Columbia. Just south of the world's most famous surf mecca of Tofino lies a small town with a lot to offer, Ucluelet. Situated on the rugged west coast of Vancouver Island, Ucluelet offers many of the same attractions as Tofino: surfing, beaches, beautiful resorts and lodges, fishing, hiking, whale watching with fewer crowds. And there are art galleries to pursue, spas for the indulgent treat, and restaurants that are true hidden gems. The estimated 1,717 people who call Ucluelet home know how awesome it is to be there. Number 4.
Okay, before we get into number 4, British Columbia. My husband said we have to go to British Columbia. That's the place we have to move to. But I have done a bit of research. It is quite expensive in British Columbia. who knows? I've just been looking and dabbling on things like realestate.com, the Canadian version and stuff like that. What a beautiful little place that looked like. Just over 1,000 population. I like that. We're about 45 minutes away from Brisbane City. I'm telling you now, I never, ever, ever go into Brisbane City. I just don't feel the need to. Don't have to. There's a huge Amazon picking center there now. So if you need anything, you just go to Amazon.com. It's delivered here in 2 days. I absolutely love it. I used to like going to the city, in my 20s when I was younger, but now, no, thank you. It's just too big. There's too many people. It's too loud, and I just don't like traffic congestion. Even out here now, where I live out here, like I said, we're 45 minutes away from Brisbane. Traffic congestion just seems to be getting bigger and bigger as the population just starts growing and growing and growing.
The Yukon is becoming more popular, especially with many of the immigration programs out there that are starting, especially all over northern Canada in general. Dawson City, Yukon.
Okay.
Though its population today stands at 1,375, the historical town of Dawson City hasn't always been so small. At the peak of the Klondike Gold Rush in the late 19th century, more than 16,000 people lived in Dawson City, hoping to share in the fortunes. Most of these people eventually left and settled elsewhere, but Dawson City remains the second largest community in the Yukon.
It looks beautiful,
5,
but too
I love
cold.
Prince Edward Island for its seafood, for its red sand, and for its kind people. Number 5 is Victoria by the Sea, Prince Edward Island.
Prince Edward
Victoria
Island.
by the Sea is officially the smallest town on this list of exceptional small towns, with a population of just 74, though the number inflates in the summer
74?
as seasonal residents make their migration. In a province full of lovely seaside towns, Victoria by the Sea is in a league of its own. The town is small and easily walkable, and every shop you see is worth a visit, especially the famous chocolate shop. You want to say Victoria by the Sea for a summer visit, as this already quiet town is extra sleepy in the winter. If you're planning a trip to PEI, it's definitely worth spending a day.
Okay, PEI is a place I definitely like to travel to, but to live at, I don't think so. This little town looked absolutely beautiful. 75 people. I need some more people. I think I'd get a little bit too bored. I like to have things, like I said, I like to be able to jump online and buy something and have it delivered to me within a couple of days. I think this is a little bit too much isolation on Prince Edward Island, and the same as the Yukon as well. Okay, let's keep on going.
This is Jasper, Alberta.
Jasper.
Whether you're hiking the Rockies in the summer or skiing them in the winter, Jasper is an adventurer's dream destination. And it may be the next place you want to live. The list of Jasper's top activity reads like an avid explorer's bucket list. Trekking to alpine lakes, going on a wildlife tour, chasing waterfalls, exploring ice canyons, dog sledding, ice skating on a frozen lake. The list goes on and on. About 4,500 people have managed to make Jasper a permanent lifestyle, and there's a good chance that you can too.
Okay, my question about living in Jasper. It's a big tourist destination there, yes. What else is there? What makes it possible for 4,500 people to live there? Guys, jump on. If you live in Jasper or you've lived there at some stage of your life, jump on, leave your comments. I'd love to hear them. I think it would be too cold for me to live at Jasper, but I definitely, of course, I'm going to Alberta. Lake Louise is there. I have to go there.
Number 7, we can say it like Savor, Quebec, but we can also say it like Savor, Quebec. Situated in the heart of the Laurentian Mountains, Savor, with a population of almost 10,000, might be one of the most adorable villages in all of Quebec. Though it's less than an hour from Montreal, Savor feels every bit like the secluded mountain town, especially after a fresh snowfall. There are 6 ski resorts in the area, and we'll do the math for you. You could stay a week and ski somewhere new almost every day. That being said, if you want to move to this small town, if you speak French, that's going to be a plus. I would not recommend moving to Quebec, even Montreal, not permanently, without at least speaking French and being fluent in French. That's something I wanted to mention. And number 8 on our list is Golden, British Columbia. Okay,
before we get into Golden, British Columbia, let's talk about that. Yes, I know I'm going to have to learn to be fluent in French, speak French. I do know a little bit of French, but not enough for me to move to, Quebec. So it would be absolutely beautiful, a beautiful place to visit, but I don't know if I'd be able to move to a brand new country, speak a brand new language, and just, I think it would be a little bit too hard. Eventually, say, if I was to move to Canada, got myself nice and settled there, started to learn French on a more regular basis, spoke it on a more regular basis, sure, I could move there. I worry about the cold. I worry about the winter. I worry about the snow. I cannot imagine living in a place like this. Guys, you have to understand, even in the winter, I've told you 1,000 times, it doesn't get that cold for you guys. When I'm on here whinging saying it's like, 13, 14 degrees, I'm in a long sleeve shirt, I'm wearing my toque. You guys message in the comments, oh, AussieTash, you won't handle the winter. You won't handle the winter. Stop whinging, you're crying like a baby. I know. So I definitely wouldn't be able to handle the winter, but Montreal, definitely on my bucket list of places to visit. It's winter now. We're going towards like the end of winter. We still have one more month left to go in winter, yet it's starting to get warmer. See, I'm wearing my hat, I'm not wearing a toque, and I'm not wearing a long sleeve shirt. So winter here is on the outer. It's going to start getting hot. I've got a feeling it's going to be a long, stinky, disgusting summer. And if you guys keep on watching the channel, you'll hear about it. Let's go. Number 8, Golden, British Columbia.
The interior of BC has more than a few small laid-back mountain towns that are all worthy of a place on this list, but Golden wins our gold medal. In terms of geography, Golden has got it all. 2 major rivers, Columbia and Kicking Horse, 3 epic mountain ranges, and 5 major national parks in the vicinity. For many of its 3,700 residents, life in Golden involves making the most of the surrounding mountains. You can hike in the summer, ski and snowboard at Kicking Horse Mountain Resort, or in the backcountry if you want in the winter, and you can enjoy the stunning vistas 365 days of the year. Number 9, we hear a lot about New Brunswick, but what about those more secretive places that no one talks about? This is Alma, New Brunswick.
Alma.
Just outside of Fundy National Park is the tiny fishing village of Alma, with a population of 232. Alma is the gateway to world-famous high tides of the Bay of Fundy.
Have a look
it's
at
also
that.
a great spot to grab a bite to eat after a hike in the park. You can try the sticky buns. They're pretty good. The
sticky
town
buns.
raves about them, and it's for a good reason. The nearby Cape Enrage Nature Preserve is a special natural attraction with towering cliffs, rocky beaches, and an iconic lighthouse. It's the kind of place where you could easily spend hours exploring, or it may be the next destination you choose to live.
Where's the pictures of the sticky buns, mate? You talked them up, but you didn't show them to me. That is not fair. I'm telling you now. Alma, New Brunswick, that looked really, really cool. I love these nice, quiet, quaint little towns. But Fishery Town, I don't know if I've told you guys, but I don't eat a lot of fish. So it would be really hard for me to potentially live in a fisheries town. I love my steak, so yeah, I need cow. Let's keep on going.
Number 10. If you're a Canadian, you've heard of it before. This is Churchill, Manitoba. Fun
Oh,
fact,
Manitoba.
there are about as many polar bears in the western Hudson Bay area around Churchill as there are permanent residents of Churchill, which are around 1,000. And a second fun fact, there are 60 times as many belugas.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
Many belugas.
That's so cool.
Polar bears are the primary attraction of this very northerly small town. Tourists flock to Churchill in the late fall to capture a glimpse of the majestic white bears, often planning side adventures for viewing the northern lights. There are 2 ways you can get to Churchill. You can fly in. It's just 2 hours from Winnipeg, or you can get a train in. I think it's 2 days from Winnipeg. Now, driving is not really an option. There are no roads. It's really remote.
Oh, no roads
there. I
there.
mentioned that at the beginning of the video.
Okay, Churchill, Manitoba. I love Manitoba. I've seen a lot of cities in Manitoba. Winnipeg, that would be so cool, but man, I could not do the minus 40 degrees at winter, although it's definitely on my bucket list, man, to go to Winnipeg and get a slushie, but unfortunately, I couldn't do it in the winter. I just couldn't do it. As for polar bears, I've seen a polar bear. We had a polar bear exhibition at Dreamworld here. Dreamworld's like one of the theme parks that we have here. Maybe about 10 years ago. I don't think it's open anymore. So I have seen 3 polar bears in my life. So that's pretty cool. Guys, I absolutely love this video. Learn about some beautiful small towns in Canada. Got some more options of places I could potentially move to in the future. If there's a small town that's been forgotten on this list, guys, in the comments, let me know about it. I'd love to hear about it. That was the video for today. If you liked it, please jump on, smash the like button, leave a comment, and of course remember to subscribe. That would really help me out. Cheers from down under. Take care. Oh, I reckon there's one town I could think of. Brampton. Shout out to Shut Up Man. Bye.